We need Jesus. I think for real. Like if he came back now, it'd be great. Like Jesus, if you're thinking about coming back
right now,
now's a good time.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah,
now's a good time. We're kind of fucked.
Funny. This man went from saying that Christian fundamentalists and SJWs are two sides of the same coin to we need Christianity to own the libs. What's up, motherfuckers? How are y'all doing? The following video is a clip from my Analyzing Evil Joe Rogan video. In that video, I explained the political evolution of Joe Rogan in full detail. If you want to see the whole thing in context, the link is in the description. As usual, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to the End the Two-Party System Network. The End the Two-Party System Network is a network of many different political commentators from all different sides of the political spectrum who are fighting against the two main parties that are fucking everybody up. So any support from my fellow content creators at the ETPS network would be really appreciated. I'll leave the link to their channel in the description. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it.
And I think that Cenk is not at the same level as Sam when it comes to debating these ideas.
For context, this was back during the New Atheist days. New Atheism, for those who don't know, was a movement made in the early 2000s to fight against religion. More specifically, Christian nationalists. However, as time went on, the New Atheists would abandon their fight against religion and start attacking the left. And as a result, Christian conservatives started to rise on the internet, making New Atheism all but irrelevant. But why did the New Atheists shift their focus from attacking religion to attacking the left? Part of it was because of the left's constant defense of Islam, as we've seen with Rogan and Rubin, who at the time were both non-religious. As a secular progressive, I must admit that the New Atheists were right about the left being too soft on Islam. However, the part where they got wrong is defending discrimination or warmongering towards Muslims. Yes, Islam promotes sexism, homophobia, theocracy, and all that awful shit that conservatives believe. But I wouldn't advocate for discriminating or killing Muslims just because they have values I don't like, the same way I wouldn't advocate for discriminating or killing Christians. But as for Rogan, there's no evidence to suggest that he advocated for shit like banning Muslims. In fact, Rogan was very critical of Trump and his anti-immigration policies. Even though Rogan hated Trump back in the day, he still hopped on the Anti SJW bandwagon. Although we now associate with Anti SJW as being right-wing, that wasn't always the case. In 2011, TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist, made a video called "It's Only Sexist When Men Do It," and that was the birth of the Anti SJW genre. The early pioneers of the Anti SJW community were mostly atheists and gamers. They were mad at the SJWs due to their authoritarian behavior, such as censorship, or canceling people because of a piece of art they don't like, or some silly joke. But since the SJWs were mostly left-leaning, the Anti SJW genre started attracting people who were not leftists, such as Christian conservatives, probably because they saw it as an opportunity to shit on the left, and because of that, Christian conservatives started lumping themselves into the Anti SJW community. As for the atheist Anti SJWs, some of them let their hatred of the SJWs blind them to the point where they end up abandoning their principles. They became right-wing, or they end up becoming Christian fundamentalists themselves, and as a result, they became just as bad or even worse than the SJWs. And Joe Rogan would definitely become one of these right-wing hacks. It was also around this time when the anti-woke trend started to take place. Due to the anti-SJWs being gone, people started canceling each other for the dumbest shit possible. Much like during the SJW days, people would get canceled because of a joke somebody didn't like, or they would get fired because of something they said, and people became fearful of cancel culture. Now, as a leftist, I do acknowledge that there is a problem of cancel culture on the left. Like when the left were canceling Bernie Sanders because he accepted Rogan's endorsement. However, the part where the right wing conveniently leave out is, cancel culture exists on the right wing too. And especially if we're talking about Christian fundamentalists who will cancel someone because they're LGBTQ, or because they say a bad word about Christianity. And I say this with authority because I come from that type of background, which is why I think it's ridiculous whenever I hear some leftists say that cancel culture doesn't exist. In fact, Rogan said something similar to what I'm saying now, around 2019.
That's really the thing that gets me, is how similar this is to religious or religion, not just religious ideology, like how rigid it is, but also indoctrination, like religious cults, how they indoctrinate people. And one of my friends, Kurt Metzger, really funny guy, who was a Jehovah's Witness when he was younger. And so he's really, really, really sensitive to this stuff. He's like, I know where this is going. Like, this is the same thing that I got when I was in the Jehovah's Witness. This is cult shit. It's these rigid ideologies that cannot be challenged. You can't in any way veer from the course.
Then Rogan converts to Christianity to own the libs.
And then also people are going to die. The old people, the old guard, they're going to die off. You know, when you see, what's the fucking dude's name that looks like a turtle?
Soros?
No, the old dude. Mitch McConnell. When he locked up. Those guys are going to die. Like, it's a human reality. You're a finite life form. You only have so much time. You can only rob the world of so much before eventually your heart stops ticking. And then the new people, as they come into place, these are people that are they're growing up with the internet. It's a different understanding and reality of life itself.
But don't you think there has to be some sort of field of value that can orient people into, like, hey, let's do things a little bit better because these things actually matter. There is right and wrong. There is morality. There is certain, like...
Well, unfortunately, the problem with living in a secular society and living in a society that has a lot of people that are atheists, that have no belief system at all, is you find a belief system, and that's a lot of these people that call themselves atheists, or they've subscribed to the religion of woke. You know, their God is equity and inclusiveness. Their God is this ideology that they think that you have to subscribe to. And that's why it's spooky, because people, human beings seem to have a very strong desire for some sort of order and form and some sort of pattern that they can follow that seems to be the right way to go. And they can be led. They can be led by cults. They can be led by groups of people. They can be led by, you know, intolerant governments and evil armies and corrupt politicians. They can be led. But I think as time rolls on, people are going to understand the need to have some sort of divine structure to things, some sort of belief in the sanctity of love and of truth. And a lot of that comes from religion. A lot of people's moral compass and the guidelines that they've used to follow to live a just and righteous life has come from religion. And unfortunately, a lot of very intelligent people, they dismiss all of the positive aspects of religion because they think that the stories are mere superstitious fairy tales, that, you know, they have no place in this modern world, and, you know, we're inherently good and your ethics are based on your own moral compass and we all have one. And that's not necessarily true. Because you see the way people behave in war, they don't have any moral compass. They're just fucking murderers and killers. And we've asked people in service of our country to go to these places and behave like murderers and killers and then reintegrate into society, right back into society, and be a good person again. And they don't know how to do it. And they go crazy. And there's a lot of them who come back and they're down is up and up is down. They don't know what the fuck.
And we don't help them out.
We don't help them out. And the suicide rate, suicide is is it the number one killer of veterans?
Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, but...
Yeah, it's a fucked up world we live in. We need Jesus. I think, for real. Like, if he came back now, it'd be great. Like, Jesus, if you're thinking about coming back...
Right now?
Now's a good time.
Yeah, pretty soon, yeah.
Now's a good time. We're kind of fucked.
Funny. This man went from saying that Christian fundamentalists and SJWs are two sides of the same coin to... we need Christianity to own the libs. Now, some people watching this are probably like, hey, why are you upset that he's converted to another religion? And I understand that I have religious people in my audience. But to these people, I say, I love you, I respect you, I appreciate you, but I'm not going to pander to you. Instead, I'm going to tell you exactly what I believe. In fact, the description of my YouTube channel literally says that I'm here to call out bullshit wherever I see it. In fact, me telling you the truth is not disrespect, it's respect. Because the best way to respect you is to be honest with you. And the truth is, Christianity, as well as other religions like Islam, have been used to justify some of the most awful injustices in history, such as racism, sexism, theocracy, etc. Not only that, but they also help spread ignorance of science. And of course, the puritanical cancel culture of Christianity is another reason why I hate religion. In fact, it's the main reason why I hate SJWs. And the cancel culture of the SJWs make me think back to the Christian fundamentalists I have to deal with in my personal life. And the fact that Rogan wants to be on the same side as them just to own the libs is a complete insult to my intelligence. Because that defeats the whole purpose of me being an Anti SJW to begin with. Which is why I stopped taking the Anti SJW and the anti-woke crowd seriously. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know why. If you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe to my channel. And press the bell notification so you don't miss out on the next video. You never know when I upload. And if you could, please follow me on social media. The links are all in the description. So check me out there. And that's the end of the video. See you in the next one.
When you're a turd, you're a turd. Guys, I've never been scared of fighting in my life. Get up! When you're a turd, you're a turd. Joe's a badass. I'm not kissing his ass. Can you just please stop crying? To be fair to Joe, people keep making it seem like we're into beef. Am I gonna fight him? Absolutely. I'll end you all. Oh, you say that to my... What's he gonna do? He's like a gorilla. I've seen Joe beat people up. But I do know his is full of crap. If I was an out-of-shape fat ass, he's way worse than I am. He's put out a tweet just saying that he will beat up Joe Rogan. I'm not putting Joe on blast. It's all his little boys who are like, oh no, Joe's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. Okay.